welcoming the presence. Divine Creator Source, Reiki Masters, Ascended Masters, Spirit and Animal Guides, angels and benevolent beings of the highest truth and compassion, I invite this energy and those that serve our most empowered and aligned selves. And so it is. Hello, beautiful and magnificent beings. Welcome to Energy and Light. In this Reiki session, we are going to be focusing on recovery. And I'm leaving this wide open so that it can be used for any type of recovery. Nothing specific, just whatever you need it to be. You'll have to excuse me for not fully appearing in the video the way I usually do. I'm pretty exhausted at this point and recovering myself, but I still wanted to get something out to you. I've been wanting to get something out to you for over a week, but I've just been so physically and mentally drained because I've recently gone through another purging. And usually I don't get too personal with my stuff, but this is something that I'm feeling guided to share, and in hopes that someone else that's going through this or something similar, this video might be helpful for you, even if it's just the Reiki. Before I get into the experience, something that I should probably share first so that it makes more sense is, like many people, I had a very traumatic and abusive childhood as far back as I can remember. It basically started with neglect and just verbal abuse, but over the years the verbal abuse became very severe, and eventually it led to physical abuse as well. So, as you can imagine, most people that grow up in an environment like this is very difficult. And I've spent pretty much my whole life trying to recover from this. And once I was 18, I left home, but anybody that's been through something like this knows that it doesn't stop. You continue to attract this to you. Because it's all I knew. That was a normal life to me. That's what I believed and thought, this is how people are. So, about a week and a half ago, when the purging began slowly, I started having memories, some which I remembered, some that I'd forgotten, of all the people that I allow to treat me harshly, from parents to friendships to relationships, you name it. And I was like, okay, this is not very pleasant, but I know I need to let this come up and just get through it, need to release so I can move on. And then it started to speed up. I was like, okay, more unpleasant, still trying to deal with it. And then it started to get crazy, like all day long, all of these memories were popping up, and I just did not want to deal with it. So I thought, okay, let me use some of the tools I've learned to deal with these things. And unfortunately, everything that normally worked for me was not working, including grounding outside in nature, which normally that is, if all else fails, that works for me. But I found after coming inside after an hour, I felt even more exhausted. And so I started to panic, and I went online and started trying to find new techniques and other things to use to get through this. I was trying to avoid, and basically I realized instead of trying to find something to help me get through it, I was using it more as a shield or protection of avoidance. So finally it got to the point that I just had to sit down and let it go. I realized this is what had to be done, no matter how unpleasant it was. And if you are going through this, just know, if you can't deal with it now, maybe try to get through it and save it for another time. But one way or another, it will always continue to come back up until it is finally dealt with. So this was a bit traumatic for me, and to the point that I actually had a spasm in my back that went up into my neck, and just physically and mentally draining, like I said. And I just went through this for about a day and a half, letting it come up. But what I didn't expect is, as I got through this anger, I was so enraged at the people, at the situation, at myself. But I was able to recognize or realize the next step was to forgive those people, not by any means dismissing them for what they had done, but forgiving them for me, for myself, forgiving the situation, and most importantly, forgiving myself, because I was doing the best I could at that time. I didn't know any better. And, I allowed those people to treat me that way. I can't blame it all on them, because no one can treat us any certain way unless we allow it. So I just continued to go through this, get through the rage, and little by little, each day I started to feel better, but it was still just so physically drained. I didn't expect that part of it at all. So each day I started to feel a little bit better, a little bit lighter, more clear-headed. And something else I realized during the purging is it might not have been as difficult, but over the years I had not been allowing myself to fully feel and experience these feelings, which is so important because we need to release them. It's trapped energy in the body. It causes all kinds of health issues. And probably 25 or 30 years ago, I had experienced a very deep depression for the first time. I had not experienced anything like this. And it went on for 6 months, maybe a year. And eventually it got to the point that I didn't care anymore if I lived or died. Nothing meant anything to me. I was in such a dark hole, and I didn't seem to be able to get out of it. And I just wanted it to end. And I can't remember exactly what it was. I have all these things written down in journals, but something happened that slowly started to pull me out of this. And it took a very long time to get back to where I was, or above that, or even where I'm at now. But I realized that because of that, there was this deep fear I had forgotten about because I had let myself go and fall into that pit. I was always afraid to allow myself to fully feel my feelings after that, for fear of going back into that and maybe not coming out. But I realize now that that would never happen again. It's impossible because where I'm at now, all the work I've done and the way I think. So once I realized that, I was able to even fully or more let go of these feelings, these trapped emotions in the body. And day by day, I've gotten better. I feel so amazing now. I'm still a little tired. My voice, you can probably tell, is slightly hoarse. But it's so important, like I said, release your feelings. Even if you're having a moment that you can't deal with it, find time in your life to release these things, because like I said, it will always resurface over and over, no matter how hard you try to push it down. And of course, some of this is not pleasant to deal with, but you'll feel so much better. You'll feel lighter. Your health will improve. Your body will feel better. And you will be able to live a more productive and happy life. So that's all I'm going to get into for now. Like I said, I don't normally go too in depth with my own personal stuff, but I felt guided to share this. And I know all of you are going through some serious stuff right now. And I hope that you find this helpful in some way, or maybe you know someone you can share the information with, and it can help them as well. And I think it's really healthy that we're moving into a new season. I'm going to have another video coming up about releasing a lot of traumas and emotions in the body. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish off this session by cocooning you in with some nice aura spray. Thank you so much for listening and joining me today, everyone. I hope you're able to enjoy and receive the benefits of this work. And I just want to say thank you so much to all of my regular subscribers and all of you new subscribers for your continued love and support. I truly and deeply appreciate you so very much. And until my next video, there's so much love for you here, always. Highest blessings and infinite gratitude. Sat Nam.